Welcome back to Cockadoodle Coo, a show examining a serious potential threat to all of humanity, the chicken apocalypse. I'm your host, Pete Wallace.
Episode 29. Okay, Boomer.
We've picked up listeners in yet another country again, but there's always room for growth. For example, reaching different generations of people can be difficult with their unique perspectives. Boomers, millennials, Generation X, Y, and Z. What an alphabet soup to sort through. But we must forge ahead to save lives. It's always problematic when making a generalized statement about a large group of people. Always. And no one ever likes to be reduced to a label. Ever. So today we're going to move beyond generalizations and discuss ways to expand the Cockadoodle Coo audience. It is critical we do so. Again, I didn't begin this show as a way of making money or pursuing fame. No, this is a public service concerning the profound, global, and grave threat chickens pose to humans. Having said that, this show does seem to appeal to a certain demographic, and I won't say what that is, you know who you are. But how do we reach others, particularly younger generations? So, we'll dive into the exciting and fascinating world of social science, dialing in on a few cohorts, or as us laypeople call them, generations. On episode 27, one of the folks you heard speak was a young man who took an interest in the show. His name is Nick, and we had a nice conversation afterward, which led to today's interview. Well, thanks for contacting me and bringing up your concern.
Yes, after we talked the first time, I was worried that whole generations might be missed.
Well, you are something of a social scientist, correct? I mean, can you tell us a little bit about your studies?
Yes, indeed. First generation refers to a group of people born in a specific range of years with a shared experience and a similar broad culture understanding. Asia and Europe tend to have other own groupings, so we should start with younger groups referred to in the West, such as Generation Y and Generation Z.
And you believe these generations of people are key to addressing the chicken menace now and in the future?
Absolutely. Of course, it's not all about generalizations, but tendencies and appealing to them the best you can to get your message across.
So, where do we start? And by the way, full disclosure, I am technically a member of Generation X, apparently.
And I'm a Generation Z, Generation Y, born 1980 to 1994, currently between 24 and 39 years old, sometimes called millennials. They are the largest part of the workforce and possess hundreds of billions of dollars in purchasing power. 72 million of them are currently in the United States.
A very large group, so they cannot be ignored.
Exactly.
There was a study a few years back comparing the attention span of a goldfish with that of millennials or something like that, right?
Yes. That was a Microsoft study, and I'm not as concerned about a comparison to a goldfish as I am a comparison to a chicken. Chickens are smart, and do not forget, a goldfish can never and will never attack you.
That is a brilliant point.
But the main thing is to get the point when addressing a Gen Y audience. Maybe just let them know right up front that chickens are a threat.
Makes complete sense.
Thank you. They are accustomed to having fresh, current information, so your regular updates are key.
Well, I do try to post chicken-related news and updates on Twitter and Instagram as often as I can.
Yes, that's perfect. Keep it coming. And some of the older millennials have young children, so I'd tailor some content to young parents when you can.
Sure. Well, what parent wouldn't want to protect their children?
Yes. Also, they tend to search for organic foods.
Well, organic or not, I don't really care, just as long as they still eat chicken and eggs. So now what about Generation Z?
I'm a Gen Zer, and Generation Z was born in 1995 to 2012. They seem to be much more tolerant of others, more cautious, and take less risks compared to Generation Y. There are about 68 million total in the U.S.
Fascinating. Well, more caution and taking less risks is exactly what I'm preaching.
Definitely. It's a definitely smarter way to live, so I continue to focus the message on that. And Gen Z pretty much uses Instagram and TikTok instead of Facebook and Twitter. TikTok is huge.
Really?
Yes. I saw an article in the New York Times with the headline, Step Chickens and the Rise of TikTok. It's about some strange cult.
I am so glad you brought this up, but I think I'm going to be sick.
It makes me sick too. Another tendency of this group is a heavy use of gaming. There are now professional gaming leagues. Even a 14-year-old won $7 million earlier this year.
Gaming,
Yes, and did you know that there's a game called Chicken Assassin? And another one called Chicken Invaders. I'm afraid the chickens are already getting out in front in that arena, Pete.
Not for long if I can help it. We'll be back after this break. While we're discussing generations, I must highlight another troubling development. If chickens have a social structure and communication skills, and we know they do, and they've been around for centuries, what do we know about their generational differences and tendencies? Well, not enough in my humble opinion. Why? It is a fact that today's chickens grow bigger and faster than the chickens from years past. Purebred chickens are essentially the same physically as they were 100 years ago, but the commercial poultry industry has developed specialized hybrids for meat and egg production. In the 1920s, the average chicken at market weight was 2.5 pounds. Today, they average about 6 pounds. We are not just talking about cosmetic treatments like implants, Botox injections, or tummy tucks. We are breeding them to be larger and have more muscle. Combine this with the fact that the most recent generations of chickens have grown up in a world much different from their predecessors. We are eating chickens and eggs much more than ever, which is fine in and of itself. But don't tell me they haven't noticed. They are enraged and carry a vengeful chip on their shoulders like their forefathers never imagined. But now, they are physically larger. Put it all together, people. We are intentionally strengthening these creatures while providing more reason for them to attack us. What a massive, dangerous oversight. Sorry for the heavy ending there, but exposing vulnerabilities is exactly why this show exists. We are trying to save lives. So, Generation Y, I know you are not goldfish. But to get to the point, chickens are a threat to you and your way of life. So, join us. Let's work together. Generation Z, I'm glad you are more cautious, but we need your clever gaming skills and TikTok savvy. There is clearly work to be done. And everyone, remember to support local farmers. They are the frontline warriors who now face larger, stronger chickens every day, by the way. We must now eat chicken and eggs regularly as a preventative defensive measure. I hope everyone has an enjoyable New Year celebration. We have some fun things planned for 2021. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast if you haven't already, and leave a review or rating in the Apple Store or wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, educate yourself and spread the word. Together, we can prevent the unthinkable.